everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Full Court Cleveland, presented by FanDuel, live from the Big Play Studios in Lakefront Airport.
One of the two.
Here we are in Cleveland, Ohio. Booby Gibson and yours truly, Ralph Fernandez Brito. First injury report by Full Court Cleveland. Sam Amico is a little under the weather.
Yeah. He took
how is he listed? How was he listed this morning for today's show, Booby?
he told us ahead of time he was struggling with the early get up. So I feel like he just had a little fun last night and just couldn't make it. I think he was at that club we were talking about that day.
We got lots to cover anyway here on Full Court Cleveland. On today's show, we're going to break down some of the Cavs headlines. We have something to talk about. Let's give him something. Isn't that a song? Let's give him something to talk about.
I was finished. I didn't know
You're not
that
a country
one, but
guy?
you got me at the end.
You're not a country guy?
Nah, not really.
Oh, my God.
Not really. I'm
Texas
a country
dude.
boy,
Texas dude doesn't like country.
I'm a
You
country
like
boy.
barbecue and stuff?
There you go. I'm a country boy, but we ain't got
just
the
checking.
we
Just
ain't got-
checking.
We ain't got the guitar.
Cavs headlines, we're also going to do our power ranking presented by our friends at Garage Beer, and we're going to take a look at some stories around the association. But first, Darius Garland is listed as questionable as we speak for this game tonight. The day we're talking about the visit of the Philadelphia 76ers. He could be returning tonight. Yesterday after practice, Kenny Atkinson talked about how he went through a full practice. They didn't scrimmage. They just went through a full practice, and you know how this is. It's a matter of how the injury reacts to a full workout, and we're going to see how this turns out. But it will be a very welcome sight for the Cavs offense and for the Cavs mojo going forward here. Early in the season, Booby, 4-3, but the return and the debut of Darius Garland soon to come.
I mean, it could be a beautiful thing. I think we get to see why he means so much to the team when we get out on the floor and we experience how hard it is sometimes for guys to get shots, how hard it is that we have to work to play offense. And so with Darius coming back into the game, I think everybody on the roster they just take a sigh of relief because he makes the game easier for everybody. He pushes the pace. There's more scoring. There's more shots available. And it's just when you got your PG, I call him your favorite PG's favorite PG. When you got him on the floor, it just makes you run harder. It just puts you in a different mindset for the game. And it just affects the feeling of winning because you got another all-star on the floor that can make plays. And I know Donovan is probably one of the most excited just to have his running mate back because you never realize just how much you miss a guy until it's the fourth quarter of that game, and you've had to handle the ball the entire game, and now it's counted on you to do it again.
And you kind of got into what I wanted to ask you about. What does it really mean to have Darius Garland back? The fact that there is some welcome side about somebody handling the ball.
Yes,
the fact that Darius Garland can get to the paint or to any point in the court that he wants.
Yes.
And that opens up the shooting.
Yes.
And also, when you talk about options offensively, it's good to take some of that responsibility or the weight of Donovan Mitchell coming off of his 7th, 8th threes game in his career, 7 of those with the Cavaliers.
I love that part.
I think if you can just put into perspective of what the return of the point guard means,
yes, sir,
and just kind of takes away from Don bringing the ball up. So sometimes Merrill was playing that role of point guard. So what does that really mean in terms of offensively just getting more cohesive for the Cavs?
I think without your point guard, everybody sometimes just gets a little bit out of character. Sometimes you feel like you got to do too much, and I think that's just what the PG does. He puts everybody back into position. So when you think about your center, now when I'm setting that screen, I'm rolling out of that screen hard and getting to that rim because I know if I get open, DG going to put that lob up there for the dunk. And I think about Evan bringing the ball up and running the floor, knowing that DG, when he's pushing that floor, he's going to make that pass. So he just makes everybody's life easier. And when the season starts, I just hope he gets the credit he deserves for how he just puts the flow back together, because I feel like he gets a lot of criticism when he's on the floor for things that he doesn't deserve. So now we able to see just how valuable our PG is. So let's just enjoy him, you know what I mean, while we got him, and let's just see how this season plays out.
And we want everybody to kind of like think about, you know, the other two guys that are listed as questionable as we speak this morning before the Philadelphia 76ers game, and what Darius Garland bring to the game. That inside game with Jared Allen, who has a fracture, a little injury in his ring fingers. Mm-hmm. I think he just wanted to take the wedding band off a little bit, and that's what.
Nah, man, my boy's locked in.
DG running the offense with the Sam Merrill that has started this season, Booby. You've been in that position.
Hey, man.
We are going to be wearing your retro uniforms tonight. I thought it was going to be hard to keep Booby off the court with the floor at Rocket Arena. But what does that mean for the inside game and the period? I know you mentioned it a little bit, but like if you put in the pieces now with Sam Merrill shooting the way he has been shooting, you know, to start the season, and with Jared Allen and Mobley being inside, it just opens up a whole new level of offensive for the Cavs.
Exactly. When you talk about offensive firepower, now everybody's in position and ready to shoot. You got Sam coming off of screens, and so now when DG has the ball at the top of the key, he's getting into the paint. You don't know where to help from. You got lob threats up top. And like you said, my guy Sam, man, just shout out to Sam Merrill, the sniper. Always ready. You can start him in the game. You can bring him off the bench. You can not play him and put him in the fourth quarter. He's always ready to go. And that's why you got to love Sam Merrill. So getting the team back together, I'm also just loving the fact that guys are getting the opportunity to showcase what they can do.
Yeah.
We have guys out, but that's the depth that this team has been able to show to start this season. So I'm glad we've been able to work some of the kinks out, and it's starting to sound like we're going to get some reinforcements coming in soon.
Just a little correction here in full court Cleveland is the latter-day sniper, Sam Merrill.
Yes,
El
sir.
francotirador de los últimos días, as we call him in a Spanish broadcast.
I like that.
By the way, if you don't know, La Mega
like
is carrying all the Spanish game for Los Cavs, and also we're on SAP on FanDuel.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what you said, but
hit your second
going.
audio button. Give me a quarter of ratings, please.
It's provocative, yeah. Gets the people going.
Hey, listen, we just started.
If that's how you be talking, I want tuning in. If that's how you be talking on there, I'm tuning in.
We are going to be diving a little deeper into what's going on with the Cavs, because we're going to talk about the young guys, especially Jalen Tyson, and also the ability of Lonzo Ball to contribute while Darius Garland has been absent, and how his role is going to change now with the return of DG, the PG. We're going to talk about that when we come back on Full Court Cleveland. Welcome back, everybody, to Full Court Cleveland. Sam Amico Les, Full Court Cleveland with Bowie. It's too early for Sam, man.
Oh, man, too early. He said it, though. He said, man, I don't know about that 8:30, bro. I don't know how to do that. Now he ain't here.
We have to make some changes because of scheduling for Bowie is a very...
Oh, yeah, I'm up early.
Bowie is a multi-platform recording artist, coach... About all the what I think people should know what you've been working on.
I appreciate
at
Richmond Heights High School.
Yeah, Richmond Heights High School. I think that's something that everybody should know. One of the things we care about as an organization with the Cavaliers is our work in the community, and we always try to make it even better than what we do on the court. Last year was a little harder, and this year they're going to make it harder as well. But working with a social impact and equity team, as I do with Bowie, but Bowie, this is something that you've been doing on your own. You shoot as tell us about it before we get into the younger guys, because you're working with even younger guys. At Richmond High.
I am, and so I mean, Cleveland has always shown me so much love, and I've finally made Cleveland my forever home. I moved back full time, and Richmond Heights High School brought me on as associate head coach. So I was able to help put the staff together. I was just training with them last night in my gym. And so they brought on my mentorship program. So what we teaching these kids, not only how to play basketball, but how to be great young men. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just excited for the season, man. I'm excited. They've been working all summer. And so Richmond Heights High School, if they playing this year, if you see the schedule drop, come check us out.
Can we come to a game? Can we get Don to come to a game? Because he loves to go to games.
No,
he loves to go to high school games.
Hey, that's why I kind of got into it, because I feel like they just need to know somebody cares, that they have some support.
My work at the school, I believe education is key.
Yes.
I promote bilingualism, obviously, because if it wasn't for me being bilingual, I wouldn't have a job. I always tell the kids, I work in Spanish, but I wouldn't have this job if I didn't speak English.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm helping English as a second language students. And I also think it's very important, something I didn't have when I grew up. I'm the first generation of my family, forget about graduating college,
Nice.
For graduating high school.
Nice.
So we never really had that exposure to the possibilities out there. And I think that's something for kids, boys and girls, to see it, to be it, and that's something that you do very well. And I wanna thank you for coming back to the community and giving back to the company that loves you so much, the city that loves you so much.
I appreciate that, because that's one thing I would never talk about. I just go over there and show up for those kids, and that's the joy I get out of it, just being there. So I appreciate it.
And the reason I talk about it is because we all have the ability to give back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason I had to bring it back. And I saw young guys. You're working with even younger guys that most of them look at the basketball court as a way out of the situation they were born into. But I think education and just mentorship, if you guys have the time to spend 2 hours with this guy, with somebody once a month, once a week, hey, hit me up. I'll hook you up with, like, there's plenty of need for mentorship and push for continuing your education.
And we just try to use basketball as a vehicle, right? It's just the thing that can get you to the next place. And so that's what we talk about. We teach the arts. We help with mental health. We try to teach these kids how to deal with emotions.
Life.
Yes, sir. And so we needed all the help we can get. And I think people it doesn't take any money. It just takes a little bit of time.
A little bit of effort.
And you can change a life.
Pay forward. Get back. Let's get back to, speaking of getting back, let's get back to basketball. The young guys, the young guns, the opportunity they've been having, and we talked about the depth of this team last week and what have you seen in the team, but the young guys, and I do love, speaking about giving back, man, I love the way Donovan Mitchell has taken upon himself, and not just him, but he's the one that actually just makes sure that he picked up Jalen, and he picked up Tyrese. So we had an event with the Caps United, the season ticket holder group, and I was hosting along with Serena Winters on from FanDuel, like a conversation chat thing. And Don came over, and I haven't been traveling for the preseason. They were in Florida and everything, and he actually took the time to come in and like introduce me to Tyrese Proctor.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because he took
absolutely.
So I talk about the young guys and the effect that he has to have a person like Donovan Mitchell. And you were a rookie at some point a long time ago, in a galaxy way far.
There you go. Retro Ralph.
You're gonna put the Star Wars thing like
Retro Ralph over here throwing me under the bus. But just thinking about those retro unis and what you just talked about, man. I just go to a place, I think about LeBron James, right? Mm-hmm. And people don't notice, they don't notice about him or my story. 2 or 3 years ahead of me, getting drafted. So he was he 23, I'm 20, 21 coming in. And so coming to Cleveland, Texas boy, snow, I ain't never seen none of it. So
different boots you were wearing.
I was ready to go home, you hear me? But he invited me to Bronny's birthday party. Mm-hmm. So I go to Bronny's birthday party. I go in the back. It's Bron, it's Worldwide West, it's all these people, and I'm still kind of starstruck or just in shock that I'm actually there. He tell me to come sit down, introduce me to everybody, kind of like you say that Donovan did with you in that moment. And to answer your question, what it did for me was just make me feel at ease.
You're one of them.
Yeah, and like I could feel like, okay, I could do this. Because at first it was like, you got to go up against all this NBA talent. I'm a second-round pick. I don't know if I'm going to have an opportunity to play. And I got to try to figure out how to live life, too. And so he having a veteran that helps you with that process, it puts you in a position to be able to play. And so to see Donovan take these kids under his wing, it just shows the type of leader that you want to have in your organization at the top, because that type of energy trickles down throughout the team, and we see it. We have a team full of great guys that support each other, that fight for each other. And so it comes from the top, and I've always thought that about Donovan. He's always had that demeanor of a kid that felt like it was bigger than basketball. It's bigger than basketball. He sees these young guys as kids that he was in that position before, and he want to make sure they have the best chance to be successful. And so that's why you see performances like Jalen Tyson the other night, because he's comfortable, and guys like Donovan have put the battery in his back, just like LeBron did me. When you think about Game 6 and those jerseys, you know what I mean? Like that was that time, and I think
Booby's gonna be shooting it from the stands
I'm
tonight.
telling you,
And
I'm bringing my
rookie.
jersey too. I'm bringing my jersey just in case.
There's not a rookie that I don't care what your name is, but you have had some kind of adversity as you start your career in the NBA, and it's great to see that Donovan Mitchell understands the role of a leader in a team that is looking to win a championship, because yes, he talked about accepting the criticism, and that comes with the territory when you are the guy, but also when you are the guy, you have to make sure that you have the other guys coming right behind you. So we'll talk about the matchups coming up this week when we come back on Full Court Cleveland. Welcome back, everybody, to Full Court Cleveland. Booby Gibson, retro Booby, especially tonight. The Caps are calling it Classic Edition. I call it Retro Edition. Booby Gibson.
OG edition.
The OG Edition.
The OG edition. The original gangsters. We was the ones out there scrapping and fighting for Cleveland. This is for you. Yeah, that was.
You know what? I like that you mentioned that, because one of the things I always say is that 2016 doesn't come up if we don't go through the miracle of Richfield, through that whole thing with Michael Jordan changing the story, if he had to make that shot over Craig Elo, to your generation with the first stint of LeBron here. Because as an organization, you also have to learn about the ups and downs and how to handle that.
And that's why when we talk about my love for this city, I got all of it. All of it. Like when I got here, my first year,
except in Detroit.
to that Detroit point, my first year we go to the finals. Yeah. So that in the blue jersey, Bron goes for 50 that night before, 39 or 28 in a row or whatever. And then that next game is that Game 6 when I make my shots and we go to the finals. And so that, like to your point, catapults us into all of this. Until now, you go to 2016. And so I think that for me, the whole process of just the togetherness of that group and the grittiness of that group just was a reflection of the city. And that's kind of where, for me, it took my relationship with the people. And it's kind of like it's why I'm still here. It was that 19-year-old kid that was trying to figure out where to go, what to do. The city embraced them. We went to the finals. I was with us when we lost 25 games in a row one year. You know what I mean? And then right after that, I'm still with the Cavs. This is when I broke my foot. A lot of people don't know that. Trying to come back, the Cavaliers still kept me in the organization, a part of the organization. So I was still able to be here when we got the championship. So this journey from this 19-year-old kid to now, we celebrating this 20th year anniversary of, dang, you might be right. I might be retro. Just thinking about the journey with this city and everything that, like the ups and downs of it
classic.
all. You know, I even think about when the whole Miami thing went down, when Bron left. Like, there was a point with me and Cleveland. Remember that point? Remember that? I don't know if you were here yet, but
I wasn't. I came here when he came back in 2014. When
me and him were like laughing or something on the sideline during the game, and everybody at that point was like, "Booby, you traitor! I can't believe you would talk to him." And I'm like, he came down here and talked to me, but
he's your brother.
That's what I'm saying. And in that moment, I could tell it was. Man, that arena was crazy. It was so uncomfortable for everybody. Like, just imagine what that felt like. The fans was hurt. we was hurt. He was trying to figure out. I didn't want it. You know what I mean? It was so many emotions in that thing. And so I've just been able to experience all of it. So to see it be cultivated in the 20th year anniversary of the jersey, for me, it means a lot. So I'm thankful that I'm still around and I'm able to be on Legends Corner, signing autographs and helping people bring back those memories of the time.
Hey, and by the way, Saturday is going to be another classic edition, and you're going to be in Legends Corner, and we're going to play the Wizards. How difficult are those games, Booby, when you have the games with one of the lower teams in record-wise? I don't want to say one of the worst teams, but one of the teams with the lowest records, sandwiched in between the two top teams in the East?
Well, I think right now for us, it's going to be good for when you think about if we're getting guys like Darius back, you think about switching lineups and guys having to, again, get opportunities to play together. So whether we playing against the Wizards, whether we playing against the top teams that we consider in the East, right now we're still rounding ourselves into form. We're still rounding ourselves into shape. So I think every game is a test and a game within itself for a guy like Jalen Tyson to step up, for a guy like Darius to get going, and for a guy like Spider to say, okay, tonight I might want to get 71 or make 10 threes. It's just that's the beauty, and that's why I say you need the 82-game season. Like, don't shorten it up. Let's work through this whole thing.
We got like a minute to go, and we're going to talk two teams. The Bulls, are they for real? Billy Donovan finally is going to found the secret sauce, and then we got the game with the Heat on Monday.
Yeah, I think both. I think we're good on all those games. I think it's early. Those teams. I don't know what schedule those teams have played, but I think once they start playing against some tougher opponents, we'll get to see who they really are. I think we'll rise above these two.
We'll find out. With the Wizards, they're gonna have to step up on the road, kind of keep concentrating, and that's another exercise along the way on the season that you have to continue to take whoever's in front of you.
It's the beauty of it.
And just take him.
Keep getting better.
Take him and do your best. And then you have two games. That is a difficult home game against the Bulls and an even more difficult two-game stretch in Miami, a day off in Miami.
See, that's
Booby
the
knows
tough part.
Booby knows all about those days in
Miami.
Miami. We'll be right back when we come back.
I don't know about that one.
Right back at you on Full Court Cleveland, presented by FanDuel, and we are Sam Les or Amico Les. How do we say that?
I miss my guy, man. It's so hard. My God, come on.
Booby Gibson is here. Retro Booby this weekend. Remember, come catch him at Legends Corner, right next to the championship wall. Every home game, right as soon as the doors open to Rocket Arena. Some of our legends are there. Larry Nance, Mark Price, Brad Doherty, AC, Booby. We might have some of Booby's friends from 20 years ago come into town.
I've been calling some of my guys, Jamario Moon, Mo Williams, all these guys. And so I'm bringing all my friends out. So y'all come to the game early, come get some pictures. And I've been calling myself the hug dealer lately. So come get a hug.
Hey, it's time for Power Rank here on Full Court Cleveland. And as always, it's brought to you by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just two flavors, classic light lager and lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer-flavored beer. Find your local retailers who sell Garage Beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com. And tonight, because of the Classic Edition season kicking off with the Cavaliers, and wait till you see the City Edition. You're gonna love that. I think it's a tribute to Cleveland. It's a tribute to something that you only see in Cleveland. But I'll bring you more of that when it's time to talk about it. But power ranking today, Booby, with the fact that we have the Classic Edition at Rocket Arena this season, and tonight for the first time, our fans are going to see the all floor with that logo that for some reason
I might check in.
Logos and uniform just look so much better 20 years later. Even when we had the retro uniform that Brad Doherty generation used to wear, the black and like sky blue, and he was telling me all the players hated it, but now they came back and all the fans like, oh my God, this is awesome. All you have to do is just wait 20 years. But that uniform that we're wearing tonight and the one you wore is awesome. So the ranking today is best logos in the NBA anytime.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I'm just not. I don't know. I don't. The logo is. I think if you go back, I like the Magic. Just because I used to like the pinstripe, so the whole look was the whole, like you say, the floor and the logo. I like the Grizzlies just because I'm a bear guy, I guess. But it's like when it comes to logo,
The old Grizzlies or the ones in Vancouver, or
that's what I like.
Yeah,
I like those that is. I think it's more about the uni. I don't know. I guess I'm a style guy because the next one I was gonna go with was the Raptors. When the Raptors that look with VC, yeah. Like if I had to pick three, that would be like my top three. But yeah, I'm gonna go with those.
I love our current one with the V as the basket with the ball going into it, the Cavs, and I love the fact
edition?
that we have been using that just the V as the. It looks like a brand thing.
I love that, yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Swag.
And it kind of started with that uniform that we talked about a couple of weeks ago with the orange uniform with the Cavs, the World Be Free Cavs.
I did,
That's a really cool logo.
Yes, I saw a 12-year-old with a World Be Free jersey on. I was like, you go, kid.
Yeah, man, that's good.
I love that.
I love the classic ones, the Celtics with the leprechaun. I grew up a Celtic fan.
I was going to say, what is a Celtic? What is it? That's the lucky leprechaun. Is that what
the
a Celtic
leprechaun bouncing the ball with a cigar with
I think I rock with that one off the tradition of it all. Like
just the classicness of it, and I don't know. I don't think there are many logos other than the ones you just mentioned that are kind of like, oh my god, yeah, because the other ones are like letters, like the Lakers, the Knicks are just the Knicks with the basketball. Another classic logo. I mean, you gotta give it to them.
Yeah,
I think it's a classic one.
That like those like just have the tradition behind it. But like, what is a Laker? But if you think about what actually is a Laker, I don't know if I'm rolling with the logo.
Well, remember they come from Minnesota, so the Minnesota makes sense because there's lots of lakes. So
okay,
you go to LA, you can't even have man-made lakes.
So see, now it makes Now I get it.
It's
but
like the Utah Jazz.
Exactly.
Like, with the New Orleans Jazz. So that makes a ton of sense.
See, lights, bells, things. Everything's
now
going
it's like Utah Jazz. It's like, wait a minute. Okay. But I don't know. I think when it comes to logos, I like the classic part of it.
The jersey got to do it. The jersey really set it off.
Also,
the team too. If you see like the player of that time kind of makes the logo or the jersey like pop again.
With the Bulls coming into town, I love the robot reading a book. That's the bull upside down.
The which what?
The bull upside down is a robot reading a book.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You got to look at it. Look it up. Google it.
Yeah, this guy, you got to go on Jeopardy
Google
or some of this
Google
stuff.
It. Google the bull.
I'm
It's a robot reading a book.
Chat GPT. I'm gonna check it out.
I did that once, when I do the games in Chicago, I'm like all the way up, like in the hockey booth, and I'm upside down with the cord, and I was like, wait a minute, that a bull or a guy?
Just more Rob's takes, man. You just never know what this guy's gonna say, man. You just never know.
But hey,
I'm gonna check it out, though. I'm gonna check it out.
There's so much stuff going on in this league here with the Cavs. We just talked about it, but we're gonna take a spin around the association when we come back. Victor Wembanyama keeps rejecting everything that comes near his basket.
He's not from here. I can tell y'all, he's not
the
from
OKC Thunder are still there. We're going to talk to Boobie about the Houston Rockets. Yeah. The Warriors are being the Warriors. A lot to talk about here on Full Court Cleveland when we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to Full Court Cleveland. Continuing with the bad news, we still haven't recovered the car that Boobie got towed, and we're still walking around. We're still walking around the association.
Jeez.
Wembanyama.
Daystar Auto. I think I got this one.
Victor Wembanyama. Miles Turner is second in the NBA in block shots with 2.3 per game. Wemby is averaging almost 5 blocks per game. Like, who dares come to the hoop with Victor Wembanyama?
I wouldn't. He be tippy-toeing to dunk the ball. Like, he's not from earth, and I think we're all starting to learn. Like, this guy, when you say no ceilings, he really has no ceilings. I see guys go into the paint, dribble all the way back out to the three-point line when this guy's
he's still on that.
And he's still there, but he's standing in the paint though. His arm just stretches out from below the rim. So he's superhuman. But I think the thing I love most about Victor is he actually wants it though. When you watch him, he wants to win bad. And so that's why excuse me, you get behind a guy like that, not because just the physical attributes that he has, but the will and the determination to want to put the work behind it. I keep saying it. That team and him is just scary. I wouldn't want to be out there. I'd be shooting more threes if I was on the court.
I still believe they're a couple of pieces away, but
yeah, for sure.
They are a couple of years of Wemby growing and getting that man's body being, under him. But just the fact that, because when this whole era of 7-footers shooting threes started developing in the NBA, it was kind of like get the big guy off the paint, and then you empty, and now you have like teams. Even though your guy from Houston said he invented the two big lineup, Ime Udoka. Even though there's been guys playing with two big guys.
What is it with you in Houston? You got to think. Is there something you want to tell me? There's something I need to know.
But listen, before it was like take the big guy off the,
Nah, this is true.
of the paint, right?
Uh-huh.
With Victor, it doesn't matter because he can guard you on the paint and chase you, and you can be 3 feet in front of him, and you're still gonna get blocked.
However do you want it? However do you need it? 3-pointer, layup, dunk, block. I even seen him he had like a Jamal Crawford behind the back. Moved. Come on now. I love this NBA. I love being able to just sit back, grab my popcorn, and watch these guys just go out there and be great.
Jamal Crawford. Who was that other Clippers 6-man?
Lou Williams.
Who you pick between the two for your 6-man?
Because I'm a 6-man connoisseur.
I know that. That's why I'm asking you, because there's two guys that
connoisseur. Oh man.
Do you put what's his name with the Knicks now in that category?
Clarkson?
Yeah.
I don't think he's had enough. Yeah, I don't think he's had enough success as those two guys.
Those two guys were buckets,
closing games and
they
all
were
type
buckets.
of stuff. Yeah. Sometimes they
didn't start, but they had starters minutes.
Yeah, you would leave them in sometimes at the end of the game. So yeah, I might have to go Lou Will. I might have to go.
I love him, man.
Everywhere he went, he was in the conversation for 6-man. Everywhere.
All right, let's get back into subject before the producer gets mad. Ja Morant. Memphis gave Ja Morant a team-imposed 1-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team.
Man.
When do you think this is going to happen? Are the Grizzlies going to try to continue make this relationship work? And obviously, we can't talk about anything other than just what you point on, your opinion on this relationship that just keeps.
Yeah, it's so odd, Yeah. I can't put my finger on it like what it is, but it's so odd and it's sad because you think about so much talent that kid has and so much potential that he has, but it just seems like there's always can't get right. There's always something, like they say, Luther, the curl never really curl. It's like I think a change of scenery could help, maybe because I think about teams that don't have strong veteran leadership, somebody that can hold a kid accountable, like we talked about with Donovan, with our guys, somebody that can hold him accountable for some of the things.
You will have to be a veteran,
that's what I mean.
Veteran
and it doesn't have to be somebody that's getting a lot of minutes. It's just putting somebody, and that's what I think teams have gotten away from, that they need to get back to, is having somebody on your team with pedigree that understands that's been there and done that somebody that Ja Morant would listen to. And so that's why I think a change.
Does that person exist?
Of course. When you think about our team, just having Donovan, you won't have a Donovan on every team, but you can have a me on your team, as far as a guy that just shows up every day, works hard, and has the right mentality, that's been around and done it. Chris Middleton is a guy that I feel like he's won championships, and if he was on your roster, you would have to listen to what he has to say. You know what I mean?
Could it be as simple, Booby, as a change of scenery, like you mentioned? Could it be as simple as that, or could it be more of like him going to a team where like there's a couple of guys that are hungry to win a championship? I'm gonna tell them, dude, get with the program.
I think it has to be. I don't think playing with other guys that are just hungry will be enough. I think he has a ton of emotion for the game, but I feel like sometimes it gets a little misdirected. So I think I'm trying to think of a team while we having this conversation that it could work with, because you think about other hungry guys. So how would you feel about him Like Edwards, is that what you're trying to say? Like that with
I don't know if I don't know.
Now
if
you
that's
see what I mean.
I don't know if you're gonna get that there with him and what's his name, Gobert.
It's like now you get two guys.
Now you
that
put
you
him
have
into
to
like
worry
on the
about.
fire to the.
See, so it's like now you almost have to put him somewhere with a veteran, with some type of veteran leadership. And to your point, teams haven't been putting that on their roster, so it's hard to look around the league, to your point, and say, oh, he can go over here, because I went to the Houston Rockets and Brooklyn game a couple days ago, and Jordy was saying the same thing. He's like, man, I wish I had a guy in the locker room that can hold these guys accountable. Everybody, when things start to go awry, everybody kind of starts to point the finger and kind of go into self, and you learn that from just experience in the league.
Well, we'll see, and we wish them the best. And that is a draft that is starting to look like we have a better chance to have the first guy to win a championship on that draft, because it was Zion. For a long time, we all thought that Memphis stole and picked first as a second. Then you have R.J. Barrett, who's no longer with the Knicks, is now with Toronto. Yeah. And then you have the two guys that we have now in our roster.
Yeah, I mean, safe to say we got a good deal out of that, right? We got a nice draw.
We'll see what happened with Ja Morant. And speaking of Zion, he's been out for at least a week with a hamstring, even though he's like thin, slim Zion.
I feel bad, too, because it's like you do everything they ask you to do. You come back lean, mean, fighting machine, and then bang, same thing. So it's like I hope that mentally.
That's the mental game.
Woo. Talk about it. I was an injury plague guy, so I get it. That is so hard. When you do everything right, he probably was on the diet, nutrition, showing up early, getting the extra work all summer, and then 3-4 games into the season, bang.
The same thing happened to Luka. He hurt himself like the second game of the season.
It's just a part of the NBA life. Your body's just gonna be beat up.
That's why I continue to be just overweight, because that's me, man. I don't want to get hurt, you know.
Come on, Rob, man.
Yeah? That's why I continue to just love my extra me, you know. Like I have a little more to give.
Yeah, it's that season. It's winter season too. Huh? It's cuddle season. Huh?
Trae Young is still out. We don't know when he's coming back, but the Hawks beat the Magic.
Did that?
The other night, and that's a good win, and they are in the lead in the Cup. We're gonna talk about that and off the court matters when we come back on Full Court Cleveland. They play so much better. Down the stretch they come on Full Court Cleveland, and this is the time where our producer allows us to get off subject a little bit, but you wanted to continue with basketball a little bit with Trae Young, where we talked about at the end of the subject.
Because I'm always the biggest Trae Young fan, and everybody's like, Trae. I am.
Okay.
And you don't like that. You hate that.
No, I'm asking you. Wait a minute. Why do you say I don't like him? I said,
every time I say it, you be like, every time I say it, you be like, yeah.
No, you're a fan.
You say this. You say that every time. Okay. That's why I say. Clearly, you're not rolling with that comment. But I do love, and I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think he's an awesome talent. I do think he could be better defensively. But I just think that I was thinking that without him, you'd see how important he is. Just like we talk about with Darius Garland. But if you're saying they got it done, then hey, maybe the writing is on the wall. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They could have used him against us, for example.
Exactly. So it's, I guess, hit or miss. But they'll get I think you say he's out. Like,
he's out, yeah.
A month. So with being a month, they'll get a sample size of what it's like without him. So we'll see.
We were going to talk about college basketball, but Booby said, I'm talk about the beating the Longhorns Duke against Duke, number 6 Duke. So I want to ask you something.
It's just me and you in here today. Sam ain't in the middle. Sam ain't in the middle today, Rob.
Listen to this. Miss Universe is taking place in Thailand.
We could talk about that.
It's something important because Miss Universe is taking place in Thailand, and everything is always talked about how these whole pageants work, and most of the time, and I'm not one of them, they think how these women don't have a brain, these women just beautiful, whatever. Well, this guy who is in charge of directing the pageant was talking a little bit off to Miss Mexico, because Miss Mexico refused to post something about Thailand that she didn't agree with.
Okay.
And they were asking them, and the guy confronted her, and she kind of called her like dumb or an idiot, and wouldn't let her talk, and she stood up and walked out
Yeah. As
She was like,
should.
wait a minute, you're disrespecting me.
As she should.
You know what I mean? So I was so proud of that. Not because
man,
she's from
yeah.
Mexico, but I was just so proud to see the woman standing up for herself. The guy was being rude.
Yeah.
And she walked out, and then some of them were walking out too, and she's like calling security.
And I mean, that's what that's kudos,
That's what the
kudos to
pageant
her.
it should be.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, kudos to her. And I have respect for women that do that, and so much no respect for guys that feel like they should talk to women in that way.
And to top it off, and to feel more proud of Miss Bosch, her last name is, she gave up a press conference. They thought she was gonna stay quiet about it.
Stand on business.
And she was like, I ain't staying quiet. I'm
standing
here
on
representing
business.
people.
And
I gotta speak for myself, and he's disrespecting me, and I'm not gonna put up with that.
Yeah, see, that's the miss.
That's the lesson you gotta give the girl.
Tell me what channel this one on. I want to see this one.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I
now
mean?
the whole thing is about whether she's still in the competition or not.
See,
But it's a beautiful woman, beautiful
time.
mind, because I love people, not just women. I love people that stand up for themselves.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to do,
when everybody tries
especially in a situation like that, when you have practiced for so long, and she's been doing pageants since she was like 5 years old.
Right.
And now you're at Miss Universe, and it's like, you know what?
put everything on the line.
Screw you, screw your country, screw your crown.
Yeah.
You ain't disrespecting me.
Right. Nah, she stood on business.
I love that.
Yeah, nah, and that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. For
Okay, back to our subject. What happened to Texas?
Hey man, hey. It's the first game of the year. Hook 'em horns. And I saw that little horns down thing you did over there. And I got to remind you.
Okay, I'm going to go like this. Like,
when somebody throws the horns down, it's just clear that they don't have no other ammo. It's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest trick in the book. You have nothing else because we're that.
And I love Austin, by the way.
That
my good friend.
You understand? We're that great, baby.
My very, very good friend Jennifer Gotterman Fessler went to University of Texas, and I spent a summer with her there.
She is awesome, I bet.
And it was an awesome city.
Yes, sir.
It was an awesome school.
Yes, sir.
Just not up to par with the Blue Devils. Who's coaching? Is Mr. Barnes still there?
Nah, Rick Barnes is now at the University of Tennessee. We got Coach Sean Miller.
Sean Miller.
Yes, sir. He was at Xavier. So he's the Ohio guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you got winning this year? Who do you got?
Listen.
Any team you like other than the Longhorns?
Say no. It's Texas fight. Texas fight. All day, Texas fight. Nah, but I love the fact that basketball, just basketball period is back. You see, I got the WNBA on right here.
It's coming. I told Alison Howard the other day, we should have like a countdown. How many days?
I'm ready. See, I got my hoodie on, and I'm just such a basketball fanatic. I watch high school, I watch college, women, men's, WNBA. It's just a beautiful time of year right now for me. It's the holiday season. Basketball's here. I'm in a great mood. We got the Legends Corner coming. It's just, hey, man, I'm fully moved back to Cleveland. It's just a beautiful thing. And I'm just thankful that I made Cleveland my home again.
Well, welcome home.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We're going to be in Legends Corner home games. We're going to be on FanDuel every week. And hopefully we're going to have the services of Sam Amico, who's still listed as doubtful
as long as it ain't 8:30,
for next week.
As long as we ain't at 8:30, he'd be all right.
I think what it was like Quinn Snyder got upset about him talking about himself, so he kind of like had a chat with him.
Put up on him. Yeah, I can see that. He was here.
Dunking on him.
He was here.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
and doesn't have the Sally Jesse Raphael glasses anymore. He had the clear ones.
So he heard him.
We can't do this anymore without Sam. Sam, come back next week, and please join us on Full Court Cleveland on the Big Play Network. Adios.